You guys are becoming a bit of an example of why sequels happen so much. You know that? I think the Patreon winners have been like Myst, Riven, Ocarina, Myst III, Wind Waker, Myst IV. Okay. Also, by the way, guys, I think you missed one. You missed a Myst. See? Myst, Riven, Myst III. Alright, you got it so far. Oh shit, that's not the game that the one. Oh, there it is. Sorry, guys who actually made Myst in the first place. Ubisoft wins today. Oh no, Ubisoft won over the people who made the actual franchise. It's way longer too. Look at this. Myst Revelation, same, probably, it's a longer one. It's like as long as Riven. Fucking boom, look how much Uru you guys could have had. So much Uru. We could have had like so much puzzle game. And you're like, no, Ubisoft. All right, so it's installed. Let's look at the box a bit. It's a very boring box compared to the last one, just because it's a DVD-ROM box. So it's when all PC games became this chunky thing. Myst IV Revelation will be the best looking, most dynamic game in the series so far. I don't think that's even in focus. How do I get that? That's fine. Anyway, buried lies, sinister truths. That's the tagline. Piece together a shattered past. In Myst IV Revelation, the next chapter of the greatest adventure saga of all time, you'll travel through environments pulsing with life to unearth a treacherous scheme involving two of Myst's most sinister villains. First of all, there's only been 3 Myst games so far, so that doesn't say much. Like, wow, you mean the ones from the first game? Okay. There was 2 villains in the first one, then there was a new villain in the second one, Riven, and then in the third game had a new villain that was mostly just a wronged person that was actually villainized by the fact that by the first 2 villains of the first 2 game again. So if you think about it in a way, the first and third games have the same villain, which are apparently the same villain as this one. So holy shit, Sirius and Akanar were up to a lot. All right, now the test. Does this game run? I'm just praying, like, you know, it's a DVD-ROM. Maybe it'll just work. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, I think I've got this, so credit to this deleted Reddit thread that did have the useful information. I tried several other sources about what to do, but this is actually the useful one, which is that apparently if you go to the Ubisoft forums, there's like a discussion about patches and whatnot, and then you get these dudes. And what works now for Windows 10 is you install Myst PC 1.0 to 1.02, and then you install... then I did a reboot. Then I installed 1.0 to 1.03. Then I rebooted again just to be safe. And then it launched, so I think we're good to go, I think. So there's that. Sure. Ah, the early 2000s, when everyone liked Ubisoft. Because they were doing like Prince of Persia, and would eventually go, and they, what, didn't they do Splinter Cell? And they would eventually come around to doing the first Assassin's Creed, which was like, oh, this is neat. And then the dock times began. The dock times. Let's probably continue right there. Credits, quit, options. The mouse kind of flies around a bit. Oh, look at the creepy little pointy hand. Oh, it's creepy looking. It's weird. Hello. Oh, wow. You click on it and then like it eventually scrolls over like way later. Isn't that interesting? Toggle zip mode. During the game, you can click the zip icon to quickly return to places that you've already visited. You can choose to disable this option. Interesting. Subtitles, yes. Is that... I assume having the X turned on is yes. I'm sorry, is that a Prime... a Prima Games guide is in the game? That's funny. I don't expect that kind of like first... I guess that's the Ubisoft clout. Is when... Let's try to pump this up. Oh my god, untold of resolutions. What could happen? Unfortunately, I think the game's in 4:3. On my screen, it's full screen, 16:9. So at least there's that. But on my recording setup, I can tell that it looks like it's 4:3. So that means that from my perspective, the video's probably stretched, and I don't know if I can do anything about that, actually. Immersive effects, so it's like Atrus's goggles or something like that. Water effects, depth of field, gamma. So many options. You can change the color of your cursor. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting idea to be able to choose what the cursor looks like, I guess. What is this? Cursor transparency. 100% opacity. Make it super tiny, super ghosty. Ghosting effects usually look kind of weird, so I'll make it full, but I don't know how I feel about this cursor, man. This cursor feels weird. Let's turn it down a little bit. It's going a little too fast. Oh my god, this whole menu is so weird to me. Alright, camera speed. We won't know until I'm actually playing for that one. Alright, well, they give you a lot of customization options, so that's kind of neato. Alright. Save game. Why is there a save game menu option? Oh, when I hit escape, it must take me to this menu no matter what. Because there's a save game option, even though I haven't even started playing yet, which is just weirder, really. I don't think there's a windowed mode, so I think I am going to be playing stretched from my perspective.
This part's really, really cool, if you're not afraid of tight spaces. Dad and me aren't, but sometimes Mom has to close her eyes when I'm driving. I think she's not home right now, because I never could have picked you up by myself if she were. Hey, is that an image recorder you've got? How cool! And you know, I know the perfect spot to use it. Hang on.
Look at...
Isn't Tamana pretty from here? I remember some of the other times you visited us. You've always liked stopping here.
Oh my god, there's
It's one
depth
my
of field.
favorite spots, too.
She's like in focus, out of focus.
Go ahead. Take a picture.
It's funny because you wouldn't even notice that until now. Like look at these amazing DVD-ROM quality visuals, blowing your mind. But like,
What's wrong?
in the previous games were of a resolution that depth of field wouldn't even be noticeable. This game is such higher resolution than the previous ones as a result, but it's also still so out of date. But yeah,
You don't want to keep my
Depth of
dad
field is a
waiting.
trip, though. No, I'll do the picture. Sorry, I was
He
focused
did
on
seem
other
pretty
stuff.
anxious for you to arrive.
Click.
Okay, then let's go.
Wait, how do I take a picture? No, I can't click on it. Okay, well.
I'll tell Dad you're here. Come on.
Oh. Was it a click for my part? Alright, so this hand is actually very distracting. Let's see if I can... I don't like the hand at all. I want to delete it from the game. That's not going to be an option, is it? But I can at least make it less obvious, I suppose. I wasn't ready for how distracting it was going to get. It's just in the middle of the screen there, being around. Alright, so I missed how to do the camera. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It must have already been disabled by the time she was talking about not wanting to keep Dad waiting or something. How do I... Ah, this is the viewer. That's the viewer, right? So I can go, like... take a picture of you. And then what? Yep, you get a photo of it. Hey! That's nice to have. I believe this is a mechanic... Did this... I think this was an abduction, right? The newest game from Cyan. Interesting. Its first appearance is actually in the Ubisoft game. So this franchise has a bizarre development history. So the first two games, Myst and Riven, were developed by Cyan. Then Myst III was developed by Presto, because Cyan was working on Uru instead, and then Ubisoft took over for Myst IV because at that point, I believe at that point Presto had been destroyed. They didn't exist as a company anymore. It's easy to blame Ubisoft because a lot of AAA companies always destroy these little smaller developers, but I think that they were like... I think I remember hearing that they were just like not turning a profit, and they just made the mutual decision to like stop being a company before they all got stuck in hot water. So it just kind of fell apart. Not really sure though. What's that little thing? You tapping on it? I gotta figure out how to interact with things in this game. Okay, this just feels weird. So you can tap on it, and that's about it. Maybe I need an item for it, or maybe it just doesn't want to do anything right now. Right-clicking zooms me back out, and then I can right-click the toggle between moving the cursor or moving the whole camera with my cursor. And if I move the cursor up to something and then right-click, it'll zoom in on... It'll focus on the cursor, so that instead of the cursor teleporting to the middle of the screen when I right-click, it'll rotate the entire camera to fit where the cursor is currently facing. Huh. He awkwardly points in a direction and then it like slowly loads where you're going. The game generally feels like slower and clunkier than the other ones, but that might just because the other ones were running on newer hardware, like way newer hardware than when they were made on. So that I was like teleporting and everything. What do we got in here? There's a piece of paper. Can I read that? No. Is there gonna be a lot of me awkwardly tapping on things? Only the top one opens, it looks like. Yeah, this immediately has different feel than the other ones did. I'm not seeing much sign that the stuff around there opens or can be touched, really. There's one. Oh, yeah, look, you see me tap on small objects. Huh. Kind of have to like move your mouse around and look for your character to extend their hand like this. Oh. Oh, that's bizarre. It's an entire like series of fake cupboards when it's actually that. Weird choice. Why? Just why'd they make it look like that? Ooh, gems, crystals. That was a big deal in the expansion chapter of Real Myst, right? Where they dealt with Catherine. Is Catherine still in the picture? They've only mentioned the father and daughter so far. Which I guess a lot of time has passed yet again, because now the daughter is significantly older than when we last saw her. She was like a baby. Hopefully Akinar, hopefully Akinar can avoid screwing up with this one.
Hello, my friend. So you made it in one piece, so Yeesha's driving wasn't too erratic, I hope. Well, you're probably wondering why I asked you, and the truth is, I need your help. As you know, my sons, Cirrus and Akinar, were trapped 20 years ago after they destroyed many of the ages I'd written. At the time, Catherine and I decided to leave them imprisoned, because we'd hoped it might reform them. And now Catherine believes our son should be released. But I need an objective opinion. I must find out if either Cirrus or Akinar deserve to be freed, and you're the only one we can trust. Remember my old crystal viewer? I've made some changes to it, and I haven't yet calibrated its sound component. It'll actually be quicker if we do this together, and I can show you the two prison ages before we link to them. So if you step to the panel behind you, we can begin.
Okay, I'm going to transmit a waveform that's being generated by the first prison age. It will appear as a yellow line in your right-hand monitor. Here it comes. In order to hear Haven, we must manipulate the blue line until it exactly matches that waveform. The blue line is the result of two combined signals, which we'll manipulate separately using the 3 dials, amplitude, frequency, and phase. But first, we have to select a signal to manipulate, so move the slider left or right. Now turn the leftmost dial to adjust the signal's amplitude or volume. The amplitude seems fine. Now turn the dial on the far right to adjust the signal's phase. Try selecting a different signal. Slow it down. Decrease the frequency. Try turning the center dial to adjust the signal's frequency.
Being tutorial heavy, huh? Could be doing halfway points or something?
Try slowing down the frequency. Try moving the slider. Try selecting a different signal. Adjust the leftmost dial.
This is something new. Okay.
The left dial seems well adjusted. Try the center dial. No, that's the amplitude dial.
Whoa. Alright, well this is something different.
Try moving the slider to select a different signal.
It's got like more or less the right number of
signal.
peaks, kind of. Getting close.
Try moving the slider to select a different signal.
So these are the two different
Try the
signals.
frequency. That's the center dial. Too big of an adjustment, I think.
Ooh. Oh, there we go.
Got it. Hang on a second. I'll lock in the adjustments and send you the waveform for Spire, the second prison age. Here it comes.
Okay.
Try the leftmost dial. The amplitude seems fine. The speed is pretty good. Try adjusting the phase. A little more left.
Kind of don't know what I'm doing at all, to be honest.
It's, not at the right position.
I'm kind of just trusting him to say stuff.
Try moving the slider.
Because I don't. I'm not great at visualizing where I'm going with
Try
this,
adjusting
honestly.
the amplitude. Louder.
You really want it to be louder?
Not so loud.
What I thought.
Turn up the volume. The volume sounds okay. Try the dial on the right.
I wonder how many people are like instantly like, I get this.
Keep moving it to the left. Farther to the right. Try moving the slider to select a different signal. Now adjust the center dial. Oh, no, too much.
Ooh. We're looking
Try
pretty
moving the slider.
close all of a sudden.
Reposition the phase. No, that's the frequency dial.
I was already clicking on it. Shush.
Try selecting a different signal.
Oh my god, we are so
Try
frustratingly
moving
close.
the slider.
Eh, eh.
More to the right. Frequency's pretty close now. The phase seems okay.
Trying to make the peaks line up, kind of.
Try the amplitude.
It's like just
That's
not
the
quite
leftmost
working
dial.
so far.
No.
There we go.
The phase was set correctly.
This game.
The amplitude is wrong.
Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong all the time.
Try turning down the amplitude.
Everything's wrong.
The volume sounds pretty good. Adjust the phase dial. It's not at the right position. Try selecting a different signal. Try adjusting the frequency.
Oh, it's so close.
The speed is pretty good. Try adjusting the amplitude.
It's so close. Come on.
Louder. No, you've gone too far. Try moving the slider to select a different signal.
We're never going to
Try
escape.
the center dial.
Okay. Could it be?
Frequency's pretty close now.
Could it be?
Turn the
Sweet
amplitude
release? Sweet release?
down. Try selecting a different signal.
Oh my god, this isn't it? They're still not there?
Try the amplitude. That's the leftmost dial.
There we go.
Got it. Don't change a thing. I'll just lock it in here.
Oh my god, I'm scared I'll have to do this
Well,
myself.
my friend, you should be able to hear both prison ages now. So let's begin, shall we? What in the name? Oh, what a mess. The image modulator short-circuited, wires are completely fused. Well, the viewer itself seems okay. So maybe if I link to rhyme. All right. Slight change in plans, my friend. Explosion must have shut down the main power supply and damaged the viewer's external image modulator. There's another one on rhyme, so I'm gonna link there and retrieve it. I'll have to stop at the cleft for some tools first. Why don't you get full power restored while I'm gone? Go to the water wheel control room. close both emergency release gates, then come back here and use the crystal viewer to contact me. The crystal combination to CD-ROM is in my journal. Oh, you'll have to turn on the roof antenna before the viewer will work. Keep an eye on Yeesha, will you? I'll be back.
So we're supposed to think that he's 20 years older? He honestly looks almost younger than the first time we saw him. Probably just because he looks like he's actually doing stuff instead of like quietly and like tiredly sitting at a desk and writing. It's obviously not younger because he's a freaking human being that is definitely older. Although definitely not 20 years older. The 90s game and a 2000s game. Look at those visuals. Look at that place down there. I gotta move my mouse to outside the window so it'll focus on that. Depth of field effects, wave of the future. Just wait until these next-gen video games discover bloom effects and the color brown. There's a building down there that actually reminds me of a little bit of the lighthouse from Exile. Those are like greenhouses. There's a chimney down there. What was that? But I saw a gesture for a second there. I imagine that? I'm probably gonna imagine it a few times because the hand does seem to like it changes direction a little bit when you move to one side to the other. It's a 3D model that shifts left and right like it's coming from your body. So that'll lead to a few moments where I see the fingers move a little bit and I think that it's highlighting something. So, par for the course, we came to visit Akinar and something broke. Unfortunately, the most likely, what's probably the best actor of the Myst franchise, I'm guessing, is probably not coming back in this game. Something has probably gone horribly wrong if he did come back for any reason. So you can highlight the buttons, but nothing happens. This entire thing probably doesn't work until he comes back with whatever he's doing to fix it. Hello. Hey, it makes the right sound. Gotta give them credit for that, right? Just seems useful, right? They're gonna give me a map. I might as well photograph it. So, a little hard to make out, but see, I'm probably in here, right? Because I'm looking out the window and I saw these buildings in a series with each other. I'm probably here. I think I saw those two buildings there and yeah. So these two are linked by red and this one's linked to everything else by white. We need to distinguish what those two colors will mean. More stuff that probably won't be on for a bit. I'm not sure how I feel about this camera following your mouse thing. I did kind of get used to the feeling of the just clicking around in a static screen. Or the other thing, Real Myst, where you just walk around in 3D, but there's no WASD movement. Oh yeah, you sit in that creepy chair. Oh. It rotates with us. I'm sure nothing will ever bad happen in this chair. Alright, button. Oh yeah, everything's broken. We should probably leave, try to find power to turn on the antenna on the roof apparently that we need in order to contact Rhyme. Familiar location name. Which one was Rhyme? Was Rhyme the bonus chapter at the end of Myst 1? I've encountered Rhyme before. But I don't immediately remember where it was, unless I did just remember exactly where it was. Hey, that moves. That's one thing. He said to check in his desk. Not gonna grab the crystal? I do think he meant the other one, though, the other drawer. Just in case. Might give me the answers I need. I don't think I can grab them. No. Could be informative, though. I believe he said the crystal combination was in his desk, and that's probably what... He's probably talking about those. Because these were just files. Nope, closed on me. Let's see if spacebar works. Nope. Spacebar no longer skips. What? Oh, that's how you get out. Whoops. He left without clicking, too. Okay, so I did... Oh, here we go.